Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves our puppies.
And board games. Now, this is our 1-year anniversary video!
Woo! We've got some big announcements for you folks today.
And some reflections on our year in the content creation world. It was 1 year ago that we posted our very first video.
Very first video.
It was very scripted.
Yeah, you can see us reading off of the screen, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, we kind of shifted away from that. Oh, hello.
Hi, buddy.
Swanson will be joining us, maybe.
Momentarily.
I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah, maybe his tail.
But yeah, we have some reflections for you today. We have some animals we want to showcase just because it's been a while since Beasley's been on our channel. She used to be part of every video, but then she got a little bit more camera shy. She had to take a little bit break from acting, so.
Yeah, this table's a little bit high too, so she doesn't usually come up because Maggie gets a bit jealous, but
yes,
Maggie's too heavy and she doesn't like getting picked up.
Yes, that is very true. Yeah, we tried. There was a few attempts made, but Maggie was not able to.
She almost knocked over the camera, and that's when we were like,
Maybe not the best idea.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess we'll start off with some reflections of our year.
Yes, reflections of the year.
What's been your favorite memory from this year?
Oh, jeez. I still think my favorite memory is Keystone.
Okay.
It's just like a culmination of different memories.
Okay.
Because we started out in this space and we were testing Keystone.
Mm-hmm.
We were playtesting Keystone when it didn't have any of the art.
No, the rules were quite different.
Yeah, and the rules were a little different, and we just like ended up playing through this game, met with Isaac and Lindsay, who are both fantastic humans, and were like just lucky enough to be part of that whole process. We were able to do a preview video for them, we were able to demo the game for them, and it was just an absolute
That's true.
blast.
We did do an online convention and play the game.
Yeah.
Probably let it grow for a little bit.
Do you want to go down?
Say bye to Beasley, everybody.
Bye, Beasley.
That is one of mine for sure, and I'm really glad you said it because I can say a different one, so we can spread more memories around. I think my favorite memory from this year, this is cheating, it may be cheating, is just the amount of different people that we got to meet. It was so, since we began, it was so neat to see so many friendly faces in the community that's around board games. We got to make so many friends, and we're actually going to our very first convention.
So excited to meet all these people.
And we get to meet all these people that we've been messaging online and learning from and chatting with. So I think that has just been my favorite experience of the first year. Is just really getting to know everybody and getting to know people's opinions about board games as well, and saying, hey, I don't agree with you. Maybe this isn't the best game of all time.
Yeah, we're in that weird space where we're like, we're both omni gamers, so we'll play like whatever is brought to the table essentially. Ilya more so than me, I think, but that's not saying much because I will play probably anything.
You'll still play it. You're not going to say no to anything. Yeah, it's very true. Well, what has been something that you found challenging this year? Or do you want me to answer first? Because you answered first last time.
No, I can answer this one. I know exactly what I'm going to say. It's, it was like keeping a balance between whether or not like we should keep on releasing videos, taking pictures, what should we post on our Instagram, how many times. Like you get so caught up in those numbers that I think like it becomes stressful for no reason. And it shouldn't be something that is stressful. Like, we both have full-time jobs. Yeah, we both have full-time jobs, and it's not in the board game space like whatsoever. Like I'm in consulting, well, economic consulting, and Ilya's in mental health. So like we spent so much time stressing over these small things that were like, oh, we need to have a script for this. Oh, we need to make sure we have pictures for this day, this day, this day, this day. And like, sure, it was a lot of fun when it and definitely like rewarding when we actually did it, but there was like the biggest challenge was when were we supposed to just like slow down, or not necessarily slow down, just not worry as much, because I think there was a period, especially when we were moving, where it was so chaotic, and we just for some reason we thought it was a good idea to try to keep going with it, and like just from a mental health standpoint alone, it was not a good idea. And we learned from it, so like we know that it's okay to take a break. But it took a couple.
Well, I think we're still learning too, because I agree. Mine would be the same as trying that balance act. Because at the end of the day, we want to have fun and prioritize all these things. But as we got into the content creation space, like there's so much you can do. There's so many wonderful creators on TikTok, on other social media, and we kind of try to do it all. And I think we still are to a degree, but there's definitely some that we prioritize more.
Yeah, I think we did that intentionally because it was like we were doing market testing essentially.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to see like if we release things on X, Y, and Z, like what would catch.
How does it work?
And how would it look like on our end? What would make it easier for us? So we just like tried these things, and then we ended up sticking with, of course, YouTube videos and Instagram, Twitter, I would say.
And hey, we're still testing, we're still trying things out, and I think that's going to be part of the continuous process. I'm sure that's something we'll continue looking at into year 2, of just like how to balance us having fun and sharing our passion of games. And because I think when we have fun rather than us sitting here kind of dreading it, which we haven't actually done a lot at all. I think every time we get here, we always have fun. But I think there's been times where it's been pretty close to like, we have to do this again or something like that. But I think it's good that there's both of us, because I feel like we kind of pass back and forth on the dialogue and make sure that if one of us is a little bit more burnt out, we can kind of say, hey, let's try this instead. So
I also think that if it wasn't both of us, I personally would not still be doing this. I don't think, because like at the rate we were doing it, at least.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I would be still connecting with everybody on Twitter or on Instagram. Like I'd just be chatting with everybody, but I don't know if I would be like as front facing.
It's also an advantage of like pushing each other too. So
yeah.
But that's been our challenge, I guess, of the year. So what is something that you wish you could tell a year ago, Tyler, about content creation and Kovray and everything that we're about to do that you would have found helpful? Or maybe to somebody who's just starting up.
I can think of like two things.
Okay.
It is a lot of work. So if you're willing to put in the work, if you're that passionate about it, go for it. Because it'll pay off. It definitely pays off. But you gotta put in the work, like anything. And then the other thing I would say is, don't be afraid to talk to other people, especially people that you look up to, that you would like to not mimic, but that you would like to like learn from, grow from, get their ideas on certain things that you want to create. Share your ideas. They'll give you advice. We were lucky enough to get mentored by an individual, and we learned so much just from them. And it was just fantastic. So don't be afraid to reach out to people.
And other content creators as well. It's really, really helpful. Yeah. I think one thing I would, what would I tell myself? I don't know. I liked our learning journey. I feel like we went in, because we did reach out to a lot of people. So like,
I think
intentionally we could have done a bit more. I think I would have told ourselves to, I think, not take ourselves so seriously at the start, because I think in the beginning we were like very scripted. We had to have everything perfect. Everything had to, and it wasn't. Like if you watch our first videos, they're far from perfect. But I'm so happy we did them, because we can see that growth. And even watching, as cringy as our first video is.
I'm gonna stop you there, because I wouldn't say it's like super cringy. It's just we knew what was going on when we were filming the video. So now we look back and we're like, oh hey, like, this is what we were doing.
That's true.
We were reading from a script.
Yes.
We were doing this, we were doing that. And then we can like flip through to the next videos, and even from like a 1 week video to like 3 week video, you can see how much we've already grown.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm really thankful that we have that progression, because I'm never going to delete those videos. It's always really cool to like see that growth. But I think like in our mindset was like, I think we were very serious in the start of it, where now I think we just have more fun and if we make mistakes, I think we just let them slide. Yeah. Sometimes they make it in, sometimes they don't, but that's the nature of it. Yeah. So.
I'm a like a fail, if you're gonna fail fast kind of guy. So like if we messed up, like I was just like, okay, we messed up, scratch it, let's do it again. Like at a certain point, I think it was like 4 months in, I was like, let's stop being so serious about this and just have more fun with it. Because
and we don't script stuff anymore. I think we still like practice and try to like write out concepts and ideas. There's still a ton of work that goes into everything that we do, but I think it's a different approach that really resonates with both of us. So
and it's like just having a conversation with people at a table, but a camera instead.
Now, our next question is, it's a little bit similar to like the best part of last year, but what has been your favorite board game experience? So maybe it's like a tabletop experience, maybe it's playing a game with somebody, just or specifically around a board game.
So it has to just be like one board game?
Yeah, let's just say one.
There's just like so many.
There's very many, but you have to say one.
I think I'm gonna go, for some reason this like sticks out in my head, but when we played Brew with Brambeard Gaming, and I just had so much fun with that because we were just like burning things and I was burning things. Somebody else was burning things, but I can't remember who, and it was just like hilarious. And I think was that the first time we played games? No, we played, oh no, I don't know if it was the first time we played games with them or not, but we got to like join in their Twitch channel, and it was just a blast to like sit there and play games, and we got to teach them how to play Brew. It was just a lot of fun.
I agree, and if you want to check that video out, we'll link it down below.
Yeah,
because it is also on YouTube now. I think for me, it's very hard to choose. I think this year was really challenging because for a lot of the year we were restricted to no social gatherings, and we actually couldn't have friends over.
Yeah.
And it was tough to upkeep that, because we play board games a lot, pretty much every second day, every day kind of deal. But we love playing board games with friends and love introducing friends to board games, and we missed a lot of that. So I think outside of the content creation kind of space, my favorite board game memory is probably, we had a Gloomhaven campaign that we've been running for a couple of years now.
Yeah, we got it Christmas 2018. No, 2018.
We got it a while ago.
Yeah.
And we've been playing it kind of on a weekly basis, and then the pandemic happened, and we got really creative. Like, we didn't play it on Tabletop Simulator. We didn't go the digital route. We actually just hooked up a web camera, gave her friend the box. At first, actually, she didn't even have the box. We had like all the cards. We sent her like a picture.
Just send a picture of
and
all
she'd
the cards.
like choose like the number. So she'd be like number 5 on top and number 6 on the bottom. And huge shout out to Cassandra for putting up with us through this. But it was so much fun because it was like something that like in those times where I felt very isolated, it was something I always looked forward to. Even though we had to like tediously set up the camera, and the map was like really long, and we tried to fit everything.
And we were in the 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I think that's something I'm just so thankful for.
Yeah.
And the creativity that kind of went around that process. Cause in theory, we could have played on Tabletop Simulator. We're like, no, we've had enough screen time, enough this. We'll just put an iPad here, put a computer here, try to like make it happen where we're kind of playing in person. So.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's a lot of fun. And I guess the last, but certainly not least, as part of the reflection, is what surprised you the most this year?
It was actually overwhelming how like generous, how nice, and how like welcoming everybody was. Usually when you think about trying to do something like this, content creation that is, like you think that you've just got to grind and then hope for the best and cross your fingers that somebody will notice you and then you'll just take off. But I feel like that isn't necessarily the case in the board game space, at least when we entered the picture. I just felt so...
There's a lot of community.
Yeah, it was, and I think that's part of the reason why I enjoy still doing this, is it's just nice to know that all these people that I've met virtually have our backs, and like we can lean on them for advice. Like it's so rewarding. And
it genuinely makes our day when people comment in our videos. Like we're always like, hey Tyler, like this somebody wrote this and this is what they wrote, and we like read them out loud. We get so pumped because it's so exciting to be able to have that connection over a game or over some of our opinions, even when they're controversial sometimes.
Sometimes it's better to be controversial because then you can have a conversation about it.
That's true. I think what surprised me the most was, I think I didn't realize how, what's the right word? I didn't realize how, I guess, niche the board game community is and how exciting it is, because if there's a game you really like, And the chances of you contacting a game designer and saying like, thanks so much, this has been a great experience, and the game designer actually contacting you back, be like, thanks for playing, and actually having that meaningful interaction, or even sharing a story or sharing an experience.
Or playing the game
or
with
playing
them.
a game with them. Yeah, it's something that I would have never imagined just based on like, I guess, past, like, I always compare it to like movies or books or like video games. Like if you ever reach out to those people, like the likelihood of you, like, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. But here, like, you actually can say, and I encourage you all to say thank you to your favorite game designers, the people who illustrate the games. Like the community around each game is just so, it's quite large, and it's so rewarding for those people to hear back too, because there's an immense amount of work that goes into creating these experiences that grace our table.
Yeah, and like outside looking in, obviously like these people that are designing these games, like they love what they do. They love what they do, and the fact that they can share that love through a game, and then for you to reach back to them and just be super grateful, super happy, like that's all you can ask for, in my opinion, as somebody who shares something like that.
That's true. So before we tell you about our plans and goals for year number 2 and some of the exciting stuff coming up next week, I guess I'll just create some space and say, is there anything else you want to reflect on, say, for this year? Anything you want to just share? No. I can go. I have some thoughts.
I mean, I can say a couple things, but I'll keep it like short and simple. A lot happened for us this year, like in content creation and in just life in general.
Personal life.
Personal life.
We got a house.
We bought a house.
A dog.
Yeah, a dog, a cat. Like, it's been an intense year, and with everything going on, like, I am very grateful that I can come back to content creation and the people and the community that we've made, to like relax. So it's been really, really nice knowing that I can lean on a community.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, and we're so grateful for everybody as part of our journey that watches our videos, that gives us ideas, that engages us, that talks to us. I think we've had so much fun, and I can't believe we moved and tried to still do everything, and I still remember our rolling right month where we were literally covering at least a game a day, but it ended up being almost 2 a day.
We would take breaks at lunch to do stuff for roll and write a month while we were at work.
Yeah.
But we knew what we were signing up for, and we wanted to do it.
So next August, stay tuned for another month. But I think that's a great transition, actually, is what are our plans for the next year? What can we expect from our channel? Is there any changes, anything that you want to see, anything that you want to do?
Yeah, I think that this year was a very much like figuring it out. And I think what I would like to see from next year, moving forward, is I'd like to do not just figuring it out anymore, but testing different things. So what I mean by that, especially like on YouTube, is maybe me and Ilya have separate series or something like that. Who knows? Or maybe we still are in this video together and I'm just like headlining it kind of thing. Or there's a different formatting. Maybe we dive more into the realm of like those months that we've done. Or maybe streaming even. I don't know. There's just like, there's a lot of things that I have on my mind that I'm like ready to start looking into at least and testing.
Yeah, actually right in front of us, we have a big whiteboard that has a lot of ideas. And I think like the problem is we just don't have the capacity. And I think like we both work full time, and half the time it's like we finish our jobs, we have dinner, and then we film.
Do stuff,
or play games and film for majority of the night. And then sometimes stay up till 2 or 3 editing those videos just so they're kind of ready in time. And most of the time we're pretty good for being proactive, but sometimes we do the night befores and try to get stuff in.
I mean, like, life happens,
work
gets busy, like, we don't work like mundane, we don't do mundane work. Like, it takes a lot of brain power.
It does, yes, that's true. So I think for me, for next year, I think it's similar, like trying different formats, trying to really also, I love consistency. Consistency is a huge thing for me. So even like saying like this is check it out as like a staple that we want to do. And if that's how it kind of flows or transitions, just being more scheduled, because that always makes me a little bit more happy. Because even like that month, it was so nice to know like this is what's happening this month. Because sometimes we do like we don't know what we're going to do this Wednesday. And it's the Monday night and we're like,
sometimes
let's jump onto like what's the one we really enjoyed playing. Let's do a quick video on that or something like that. So I think just being a little bit more organized and trying a few new things. I love to do a bit more with photography. I think we've been having a lot of fun with photography lately. And then last but not least, I definitely want to do another. I think August is a great time to do like a month of something, and maybe we can start planning earlier, because then we can start playing and getting ready, and then once it kind of hits, then we know that like this month is a month of blank.
Yeah, I think I would say maybe September, because it's my birthday in August and I want to do stuff for like the whole weekend. Like I want to go like backpacking.
But if we plan ahead,
if we're proactive enough, maybe
then we don't have to do it the month.
We'll see that.
But I think just trying some things out. We have no intention of leaving yet. Only up from here, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We want to continue, make a lot of new friends. And yeah, have fun in the journey.
Yeah, and we've got some tools that we really need to start utilizing a little bit more in terms of videos and photography. So hopefully we can get around to using those a bit more.
Maybe some small upgrades.
Yeah, maybe some upgrades. And then the other thing I'll say is that I'd like to see us get a little bit more into heavier games.
Yes.
Because a lot of our coverage is like pretty low complexity games. Sometimes we cover some pretty heavy games, but most of the time it's we're trying to find a game that's quick, easy, fun to introduce, and good for folks who might not necessarily know anything about board games.
And like Ty said, we are Omni gamers, and our mission is to inspire you to play games. And maybe like games and like those low complexity aren't your style of games.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We want to explore a different way of kind of covering some of the heavier games. I think it's always tough because we want to catch somebody who has not played board games and still appeal a heavier game to them, which sometimes can be a little bit challenging.
Exactly.
But if you have ideas, if you have thoughts, we definitely have some fun games that we want to cover and talk to you about. So.
We could obviously talk about this for a while because we've got a lot of brain juice for this stuff, but we should move on to the next question.
Well, the next question is the exciting stuff that's happening next week. So in order to celebrate our 1-year anniversary, we have a whole week of videos planned for you, ranging from some funnier videos to some more serious videos to everything in between.
Yeah.
And paired with each video,
we have
a giveaway announcement.
Yeah.
So we're going to be giving away 5 different games, and we'll run those giveaways throughout the whole month of November. So starting next week, we'll announce one each day. Some of them are very exciting, so please stay tuned. Follow along, engage with us. This is giving us all the energy juices. So every comment kind of fuels us up and we get stronger.
And also, for those of you who don't live in the US or Canada,
worldwide
we
giveaway!
Do have
two worldwide giveaways.
So you can look forward to those as well, and you can get involved.
And lots of fun stuff too. So
Yes.
we'll have some fun photography, lots of cool stuff coming up. So check us out next week. It's going to be a very fun week.
Yes, we've kind of been a little bit silent this week, but we've been in prep. Yeah.
Yes. So, and the other thing too is Tyler and I are going to PAX U. If you're going down, let us know down below or shoot us a message. We'd love to connect and see all your wonderful faces and get to know you a bit more.
Yep, I am excited to go. I think I've finally gone over that bump of being stressed out about it with COVID and everything. But yeah, I'm really excited. I keep on seeing everybody that's going, and I'm just like, wow, I'm actually going to see this person in person.
I just have this image where it's me, because like we haven't really left our house. We've been very like homebodies for the whole pandemic.
I mean, we have a couple households that we have over up to our house.
Yes, but we haven't like been to like a large gathering of some sorts.
A wedding, maybe.
We have been to I keep picturing myself in the middle of like the conference hall, just paralyzed by analysis of everything. That's
we
going
100% are going to be, because
social anxiety.
Yeah, because we've never been to a convention this large. Like I haven't been to a board game convention like at all.
No, neither was I.
So the last convention I was at, I don't even know if it's considered a convention. It was like a crafts fair.
Yes.
It was in a giant rec facility, so I consider that close enough. Anyways, like I said, if you are going to be at PAX U, please let us know. We'd love to meet you, and I'd love to give you a hug because I love hugs.
COVID safe hugs.
Yeah,
maybe some elbow bumps this year.
Elbow bumps, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yes.
I'll not be leaning in for anything that you don't ask for.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you're stuck around this long, high five, fist bump, all the things. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to us. Tell us what you'd like to see from our channel in the next year to come.
Yeah.
What games you want covered, what genres potentially. If there's a fun style of content that you want, we'd love to hear from you because we do get a lot of inspiration and a lot of ideas from you as well. You can also hit that like button, that subscribe button.
And even that bell notification, which will come in handy for next week when we release all those videos.
Well, until next time, or maybe even tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.